Good evening, VV Nation. My name is Ryan, Senior Instructor here at VectorVest, and tonight we're going to discuss a hot industry that has moved really a lot in the past few months, however, has huge upside potential. And I did a video with Glenn yesterday in the live stream. Customers are still raving about this topic. Thus, we are going to discuss uranium stocks. We're going to take a look what geopolitical issues and where the demand is going forward. So if this is something that you're interested in, stick around and let's make some money. Now, the first article I did want to go over is the 6 trends driving uranium higher by Livewire Markets. Now, this did just come out a couple days ago. We have here the first one being contracting at decade highs. Now, number 2, I find very important, disruptions to supply. Geopolitical concerns around the world are putting pressures on uranium prices. Most notably that in Niger with the coup. They account for 4.1% of global uranium mining as of 2022. In addition, we have Kazakhstan and Russia, which count for 43.5% and 5.1% of global uranium mine production. Now, this article goes on to say that the ongoing war in Ukraine has caused many utilities to consider the security of supplies coming from these countries. Now, next we have project delays here. Now, once you find a location to mine, it can take decades. Now, for example, the Cigar Lake deposit, one of the highest grade uranium mine deposits in the world, was discovered in 1981. Well, after many delays in construction, it didn't finish until 2015. That is nearly 36 years later after the mine was actually discovered, showing how long the process takes from discovery to actually producing uranium. Now, next we've got a global uranium inventories depleting. Number 5 on the list is decarbonization. Now, as a lot of countries try to get away from fossil fuels, it is at no surprise that uranium and nuclear energy tends to be the place to go. And finally, down below, we do have the nuclear energy renaissance. According to the IAEA, there are actually 57 reactors under construction in 17 nations. Most of those are actually in China with 21 and India coming into second place with 8. Now, we can't talk about the nuclear renaissance without mentioning China. Now, this is an article by CNBC titled How China Became the King of Nuclear Power and How the US is Trying to Stage a Comeback. Just some excerpts from here. As I mentioned before, China has 21 nuclear reactors under construction, and that is 2.5 times more nuclear reactors under construction than any other country. Now, China's drive to build nuclear energy is twofold, has a massive demand for energy to meet, and its reliance on coal to meet its energy demand in recent decades have left it with dirty air. So you can tell this is an attempt by the Chinese to clean up their environment by going nuclear power. Now, the United States is attempting to launch a nuclear comeback largely powered by new, smaller module reactor designs. But its success is attaining its previous dominance is up for grabs at this point, experts say. Now, as I scroll down here, one thing I did want to note is that China is de facto world leader when it comes to nuclear technology at the moment. Now, recently, Niger has had a coup with the junta. This is a huge problem for France and Europe in particular, as France gets 2/3 of its power from nuclear energy, and most of that uranium is coming from Niger itself. Now, as I scroll down on this article here, this is the thing to note here. When it took power, the junta ordered a halt to uranium exports and later gave the French envoy 48 hours to leave. So you can see tensions are rising between these two powers, causing some supply concerns, which could even push uranium prices higher on the global exchanges. Now, before we dive into the VectorVest 7 system, I did just want to show you where the uranium is coming and around the world. Now, this data does come from the Nuclear Association back in 2021. We see Kazakhstan here at the top of the list at 45% of the world's production. Now, most notably here, if we look at Russia, it comes in at just about 5.5%, while Niger is just under 5%. In addition, if we look at Ukraine here, coming at number 10, it is just under 1%. So these 3 countries alone make up 11% of the world's production of uranium. Now, the interesting part about these 3 countries is that they're currently in political and military conflicts, which is straining supply chains around the world. Now that I've given you some reasons why I'm currently bullish on uranium, I did want to dive into the VectorVest 7 software. I've got 3 stocks and 3 ETFs to play this space and potentially make some money. So the first thing we're going to go over is the 3 stocks. We have CCJ, URG, and EU. If we take a look at CCJ starting out, it's trading at $36.84. That is overvalued right now. We're only valuing this company just under $22. However, fundamentally, it is sound with RV and RS above 1 right now, and currently in an uptrend with an RT currently above 1. It does have a buy rating, and my favorite thing about this position is look at that GRT, which is the growth rate in earnings, its ability to grow its earnings at an astonishing 34%. Now next we do have URG in the list, currently trading at just $1.41. It is undervalued, which I really do like about this company. We value it currently at $1.68. RV is above 1, however the RS, or relative safety, is below 1 right now at 0.56. So this position is taking on some risk. Now it is an uptrend right now with momentum behind it with an RT at 1.73, has the buy rating, and the GRT is positive at 21%. The last stock on the list is EU, currently trading at $2.63. It is overvalued right now at $1.87. RV and RS are below 1 right now, so it's not fundamentally sound. However, it is moving right now, that momentum to the upside with an RT at 1.33. It does have the buy rating, and the GRT is at an astonishing 25%. Now to play the space as a whole, we got 3 ETFs here: Global Uranium, or URNM. We've got the Global X Fund, URA, and the Van Eck Nuclear, or NLR. Now all 3 of these ETFs are currently in an uptrend right now. If we look at the RT relative timing, we got 1.48, 1.37, and 1.28 respectively. In addition, all 3 of these ETFs are currently getting the buy rating, showing that they're in an uptrend. Now, to get a better sense of timing, let's right click on the watch list average and let's view the average of these 6 companies. Here we've got the graph of these 3 stocks and 3 ETFs, giving us a sense of what this space is currently doing. That it just did hit a 12-month high here. It's got momentum to the upside right now, broke this level of resistance here of 25.89 and has been off to the races ever since. Now, one thing I will note, as you can see the candlesticks here staying above this green line over the last 12 months. Thus, this space is overvalued currently. However, value is also trending up, which is nice. And if we look down below, I do like the EPS, or earnings per share. We see a nice stair-step fashion from lower left to upper right with the earnings in this uranium watch list. All right, VV Nation, I hope I was able to give you some valuable insight on an industry where we could potentially make some money. We saw that the uranium stocks were on the rise. In addition, we did go into some articles showing some geopolitical concerns that are putting upward pressures on uranium prices. Now, if you found this video informative, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel.
Hey, VV Nation, you know that we can analyze any stock in a matter of seconds. Do you want to analyze any of your stocks for free? You want VectorVest to tell you what you really need to know about that stock? Well, you can. If you go to www.vectorvest.com/YTFSA, you can get a free stock analysis on any stock that you're currently holding or are possibly looking at. Folks, what do you have to lose? Do that now and analyze any of your stocks in a matter of seconds.